Today we've got to look at the Sprocket Rocket camera from Lomography. Now back in January 2020 I did an unboxing video of all kinds of Lomography goodness, and the thing I was most excited about was the Sprocket Rocket camera. Now what is the Sprocket Rocket? Well, right on the package it says it's the world's first camera dedicated fully to the glory of sprocket hole photography. Alright, well, what is sprocket hole photography? It's when you shoot your picture and the image is exposed all the way to the edge of the film, including where the sprocket holes are. Now, sprocket hole photography is not a new thing. People have been putting 35mm film into Holgas and other medium format cameras for years to get this effect, and it is a cool effect. It gives your images a very analog vibe, very distinct. There's no mistaking these for digital. Some people even add fake sprockets to their digital images to get this film effect. But with the Sprocket Rocket, you get the real deal, and you get it in style. This thing is gorgeous. I really dig the retro design. It looks like one of those mid-20th century Bakelite cameras. It's made out of lightweight plastic, and that includes the lens. And this lens is one of the things that gives this camera its character. It's a 30mm super wide lens with a 106-degree field of view, so you can really take in the whole scene. Now there's two apertures you control on the bottom of the lens barrel. The cloudy setting is f10.8 and the sunny setting is f16. I live in Ohio, so more often than not, I'm keeping it on that cloudy 10.8. You've got two shutter settings, normal, which is 1/100th of a second, and bulb, which is as long as you want. You've also got two zone focus settings, one for 0.6 meters to 1 meter, and one for 1 meter to infinity. Now the winding system is pretty cool. It's not coupled to the shutter release, so you can do all kinds of funky multiple exposures, and not only that, you can rewind the film and go back and forth for experimental overlapping frames. A lot of creative potential there. If you just want to advance to the next frame, there's a little window here that has a white dot in it, so you just wind until you see that white dot appear again, and there's also a conventional frame counter next to that white dot window. Hot shoe on top is a nice feature, so you can add a flash. You pop open the back with these two metal latches on each end. There's that panoramic aspect ratio. Each image is a super wide 72mm, so if you've got a 36 exposure roll, you're going to get 18 images, and if you've got a 24 exposure roll, you'll end up with 12 images. You can attach a strap on the bottom here, and if you unscrew this, you've got a tripod socket which comes in handy for that bulb setting and long exposures. It comes with a lens cap, but remember this is not an SLR, so you can't tell if the lens cap is on just by looking through the viewfinder, so I just leave my lens cap off. The other accessory it comes with is a little mask that blocks off the sprockets so you get a more conventional panoramic image without exposing the sprockets. But hey, this is called the Sprocket Rocket for a reason. I want to see those sprockets, so I haven't used the mask yet. Now that we've taken a closer look at the camera, let's check out some images. I haven't been this excited about a camera in years. The Sprockets, that super wide angle panorama, it really does give your images a unique look. Hey, it's not an X-Pan, but it's not trying to be. It's got a plastic lens. A lot of the images do have a very lo-fi vibe. I noticed that in shots where it was raining, like some of those downtown Columbus skyline shots, things got extra grainy, extra gritty, but in a good way. I dig that look. Now, as much as I love this camera, it is not my everyday carry or the only camera I carry with me, because not every subject or situation lends itself to that wide angle panorama. But I think it's great to use as a secondary shooter, just in case you come across a scene that would look very good in that wide aspect ratio. To capture the sprockets in my scans, I picked up the Lomography Digitalizer scanning mask when I got my Sprocket Rocket, and I highly recommend the Digitalizer if you're going to get a Sprocket Rocket. If you want to see a video on the Digitalizer, let me know in the comments down below. As far as videos and Lomography products go, I've got a review of Lomochrome Purple film coming up, and another Lomochrome Metropolis video in the works too. Now if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. You can find all my socials and all my links in the description down below. Thanks again for stopping by, and until next time, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film.